Welcome back, everybody, to Pull Hook Golf, the podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cook. With me tonight is our co-host, Butsy. He is back from his back grill injury, grilling that brisket. And thank goodness he is. I've missed him. And we're over here at Trevor's in Arcadia, the #1 pizza spot. Who would imagine in a liquor store? #1 pizza spot west of the Mississippi. Dave Portnoy from
According to the Portman.
good old Barstool Sports. He
Yep.
came in here, rated this, I believe, an 8.2, which I got to tell you, I've had him numerous times now, and it is by far the best pizza in Arizona. Absolutely love it. So let's get into it on tonight's episode.
Crazy.
The RBC Canadian Open. We're going to recap that bad boy. We're going to get into golf's longest day recap, which is the U.S. Open final qualifiers. That happened yesterday.
That's 2 rounds, right?
A lot of action there. Yes, 36 holes in one day. U.S. Women's Open, we added this. We normally don't cover the women too much, but I got to tell you, I polled the audience today on Twitter, and they all said that they wanted to hear it, so we'll get into it. We also got the upcoming Memorial Tournament. That's going to be a gem of a golf tournament. We got the Swannies style segment, and we got LIV Golf Houston as to round it all out at the end here. Our favorite topic, good old LIV Golf. But let's get into the Swannies promo real quick because, folks, make sure to utilize promo code PullHookGolf25 at checkout. Get 25% off your entire order at Swannies.co. I'm rocking the polo tonight. I got the shorts on and then even got the good old golf mules on. Yeah. So we got that going. I'll show you guys those a little bit later on. But the winner of the contest, in case anybody was wondering on Instagram, was Zane Davidson. I've had about 50 companies reach out and go, what software did you use for that raffle? That is so cool. I'm like,
What
it's
did
an
you
app.
use?
It's just an app, dude.
What app?
But what's cool, it's a raffle app. And what's cool about it is that you can put in how many times somebody entered.
Okay.
So, and it does all the odds for you and everything, and then you spin the wheel, and that's what comes up. So, Zane Davidson.
Good for him.
Yeah, right? That's awesome.
Wow. So what
Really
did he
cool.
win?
$250 worth of Swannies gear. He's getting a hat, a polo, a layer, shorts. I think that's it. I think that adds up.
He might get laid for the first time in his life.
Good old $250.
Wow.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Congrats, Zane. Now, on to our opening segment, which is the RBC Canadian Open recap. The Canadian people are awesome.
Yes, we were talking about the fans, right?
Yeah, the good old Canadian Open. We're recapping that bad boy, and the fans were awesome. They were super polite. That was one of the weirdest things.
Yeah.
So they were like applauding players that were like two-putting, like as if like, hey, great job.
See, I saw something different. I don't know if it was like hole 12. It was a par 4 maybe. I think I saw like 9 people almost hole out. And it was just like claps like they tapped in. I saw like 9 shots inside 3 feet and nobody said it. So I don't know. Maybe we're talking about different things.
Hate those fans on the 12th hole.
Yeah,
Terrible.
that's the deaf hole.
Absolutely terrible. We went from Canadian fans are awesome.
That's where the deaf
Canadian
people
fans are terrible.
Yep.
So we got that going for us,
Look
which
at
is
that
nice.
guy. Holy
but
shit.
we're a big fan of the rink hole.
Yes.
Like that rink hole, that par 3, just pounding the boards.
Oh, yeah.
Just I don't know what that movement was, but you know. But that
It's
was great.
pounding.
They were absolutely just pounding the boards, and every time a Canadian player came to that hole, they were singing the Canadian anthem.
Which is what? I can't, what is it? Do you know it?
Oh, Canada.
Yeah.
That's all I know. I don't even know
It's
if that's
pretty
right.
good.
But
Is that actually
I
it?
feel like it's pretty good.
That's
I feel
not
like
it.
it's accurate. It's got to be accurate. Oh, Canada.
Hey?
I think that's it.
Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Son of a bitch, that was a great shot there.
Out and about there in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
if you get a
shit.
look.
Hit me with a pork pie.
Yeah. And so, with that said, we also had a foreigner win, which is good old lefty Scottishman, Robert Bobby the Man McIntyre.
Yes, Robert
the
McIntyre.
lefty. What do you think about him and his dad? His dad was on the bag.
He said something, didn't he, at the end? Like, I'm just a grass clipper.
Yeah.
I'm a grass.
Yeah, from Scotland.
You ain't cutting the yard no more, pimp.
No, he was I believe he mowed the grass at the old course.
Really?
No, not really.
That would be really cool.
I cannot confirm
like,
nor deny. But I think
that
he
true?
was. I think he was a greenskeeper guy at
Okay.
one of the golf courses.
grew
I could
up,
be
man.
completely wrong on that. Could be completely fake news, and I apologize for that, folks. But good old Robert McIntyre wins it. Had his dad on the bag. That was pretty freaking cool.
Pretty cool.
And he did have a run-in, though. It was not all smooth and easy for good old Bobby McIntyre. He had an issue with a drone. Him and a drone
I heard about this. I did
really
not see
had
it.
some issues going on. That drone was not his friend. And on the back nine, it had finally gotten to him. The announcers, so you got good old Jim Nance. You got Immelman, I believe, was in there with him. And they're going, he's going to have to get used to drones. Like, this is the future
Yeah.
of golf broadcasts.
Yeah.
But to his credit, he wanted to see an official about it. He's like, this is bullshit. And sure enough, they ended up taking down the drone for the rest of the round. Had no coverage from the drone due to
Never
good
make
old
it on the
Bobby
live tour.
McIntyre.
Never make
No.
it on the live tour.
Now, this is also the guy who really complained about the PGA Tour in a lot of ways, about how on the DP World Tour, it's like a family out there. The guys, when they're traveling, they all go out to dinner together.
Support each other.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all like camaraderie and everything. And I can see that, right?
Yeah.
But with the U.S. Tour, guys are all doing their own thing. Because you got to, I mean, they
bunch
all
of
have their own
pricks.
crews.
They got their own crews. They got their own camps. They got their trainer. They got their head coach. They got their swing coach. You got somebody applying warm milk to their calves in the morning. Like, yeah, I'm sure it's way different. It would be cool if they had more camaraderie.
It would be, right?
Like, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it's
But on the DP World Tour, I feel like they're traveling from country to country. It's not like they're going from state to state. So they're going to all these different countries. Families aren't really following them around, I believe. So sure enough, like he's going around and got a huge group of guys that they're all playing golf with. I mean, I've heard the stories from guys that have been around John Daly, Mac O'Grady, and so forth when they were all traveling around on the European tour and how they would do everything together. So I get that.
But it's like that. It's like the DP World Tour. I don't want to say it's AAA baseball, but
It's AAA baseball.
AAA baseball is the same way, right? Like it's the same thing. And then you get to the show, and like things change. The tour, PJ Tour, is the show.
Yeah.
So there you go. So things change. You're an entity now. You're a brand. You're your own thing.
I don't think our international audience really understands just how powerful American sports are and why these guys want
How could
to
they?
come over to the
Yeah.
PGA Tour and play on the PGA Tour because there's so much more money, the leagues,
Oh
the
my God.
the television rights, everything is so much more powerful here in the U.S.
Right.
And so, yeah, the DP World Tour is kind of like AAA baseball in a lot of ways.
You feel accurate about it? I don't want to
I
like.
do.
I don't want to stifle it or like downgrade it, but yeah, the PGA Tour is the show, dude.
Yeah.
That's the NFL. Like that's.
I'm in full agreement. Austin Whittington said, someone find Bob a friend. We got to find Bob a friend.
Bob.
Bob McIntyre, by the way, good old Bobby Mac. If you need a caddy that is Scottish, let me know. I know a guy. All right, so we covered good old Bobby McIntyre winning the Canadian Open, the RBC. There you go.
Anyways.
Moving on. So caddy corrections from last week, by the way. And I'm a little bit embarrassed that this happened because I haven't been up to speed with some of the caddy stuff that's been going on. So I'm going to get correct on this and get updated here. But some caddy corrections and injuries that took place. So last week I said Daniel Gregory, son of Bobby Brown, was still on the bag for Pearson Cootie, which is not correct, folks. Apparently Pearson split with Daniel the week of the Valero. Now, I did mention on last week's podcast that Daniel stayed true and loyal to Pearson.
Okay.
Because he could have gotten a top 20 bag and decided to stay with Pearson.
Okay.
So that goes to show you, folks, that the revolving door of caddies is real.
Oh,
and when you get an opportunity to take a big bag, you need to take that big bag.
Yeah.
That's my my personal thing on that. But
Take the bag, get the bag.
They split the week of the Valero. So Daniel's currently with David Lipsky, which is a little bit of a letdown compared to Pearson Cootie, who's on the rise. Then you got current caddy for Pearson, though, is Ryan Bashoven. So this is the guy that I thought looked just like Bobby Brown. I'm like, he's got the Aussie hat out there, tall, skinny. I'm like, holy shit. I was like, I had to do like a double take thinking that was Daniel, but Daniel doesn't look like that. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? And that's why I got confused. But again,
who's our guy that got sick?
That is the revolving.
Or they pulled somebody out of the crowd?
No, so here's the thing. Fluff Cowan. Good old Fluff.
Yeah.
Tiger's old caddy.
Yeah.
Jim Furyk's old caddy. So he's caddying nowadays. He split with Jim Furyk, and he's now with CT Pan. Well, it was wet in Canada on Sunday, and he took a dive, and it seemed like he was going to be all right, but he decided to take the rest of the day off.
That is not what I heard. I heard that he doesn't have a sense of smell, and for 5 minutes he smelled his mustache for the first time in 20 years and passed out. And they had to get him off there. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it popped in.
Didn't know.
Sense of smell. Holy shit. What is this thing? Went to the ground. Had to find somebody else. I don't know.
There you go.
That's what I heard. So anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so Fluff Cowan. It's official, folks. Butsy here bringing us
It's not official.
breaking
That's
news.
just what I heard.
Breaking news. He passed out, and they got some big, huge guy named, I have his name here, Canadian fan named Paul Emerson from the crowd, and Paul Emerson ends up finishing the round for CT Pan.
Did he cash a check? How does that work? Does Fluff get the money? Like, how does that work?
I'm sure he gave him like a little tip. Must have, to do the right thing.
Who was the guy that stiffed his caddy in Bahamas or whatever?
Oh, Cooch.
Yeah.
Good old
he didn't
Cooch.
I was going to say he didn't cooch him.
That was at Mayakoba back when they still had that there.
He didn't cooch him, though. You don't think he cooched him?
Yeah. Kim Jong-il says he's glad that Rory didn't win on Sunday. And then we got Cart Barn guys, North Pole Willie. Don't know what North Pole Willie is. Butsy doesn't either, apparently.
Not.
We're trying here. We're trying.
Right.
Now, the other thing is Aaron Ryan Rory hit on the top 20 last week. So I had a little parlay with them. I was talking about Aaron Rye, how the two gloves and the iron covers and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And then breaking news, folks. Breaking news. I wasn't going to talk about it until I felt comfortable enough about this.
What's that?
It's that Rory McIlroy and Amanda Balionis are all but confirmed, folks,
Is
at
that
this
real?
point. It was a not-so-normal hug after his interview on Sunday, little rubbing on the back action.
That's right.
And then TMZ ran with this, so we're not the first ones to talk about it. But I will say, know some fans that were there in person. Some of them took some photos. They said they overheard that Rory said to her during the hug, Domino's, Netflix, and chill, ? To which she responded, absolutely.
I heard that he dressed her up as a Domino's delivery driver. Sorry.
Yeah.
Again,
he's going to be
another
treated
thing I heard.
real good in the interviews from here on out as long
Is
as
he
he is
sponsored
laying it
by
down.
Domino's?
He should be.
What in the?
He loves Domino's.
Yes.
Which we're here at the best pizza place in Arizona, Trevor's Liquor in Arcadia. Dave Portnoy, 8.2 with the one bite challenge. So, guys, get down here to Trevor's. Get that cheese pizza. It is absolutely phenomenal. I've had it numerous times down here. And, hey, Jude.
Jude.
We need some more.
Dude, where are you?
Okay.
I keep getting everybody coming out of the bathroom looking right at me.
Yeah, they're eyeballing you, dude.
Yeah.
They're eyeballing you. Now, with the entire Rory, Amanda Balionis thing.
The Domino's conspiracy.
Why does this make sense? Why don't you go with this one first? Why does this make sense?
I don't really know much of now Amanda Balionis, but she must like guys that are made out of cardboard because Rory strikes me as about the most boring human being that on the planet of Earth outside of the golf course. I've watched him throw a baseball. I've watched him do a lot of stuff outside of golf, and he just looks like a super closed-off dork. So if that's what she's into outside of the fact that he's one of the wealthiest golfers to ever play the game, there you go.
It makes sense for Rory because she's going to be at every tournament.
Yeah.
So
Does that make sense for Rory, though?
yeah, because he doesn't have to worry. Like, she's never going to complain, you're playing too much golf.
Sounds like
she's
a
gonna be
fucking
like,
nightmare.
Rory, play in more tournaments. I want to bang.
See, I go the other way with it. Would you really want your significant other on site every week?
Not over a long stretch of time, but I will say this. It's fun when it's new and exciting. So that's why Rory's got his game back right now. Amanda Balionis.
You think he goes down? You think he starts following like this tiger path here, where he kind of goes through her, and then there's another one, and I don't know. Do you think that's in Rory's cards?
Oh, it's absolutely.
Is he a player?
It's up for debate for sure.
Okay.
I mean, the little Irishman, he's got some abs. So ladies dig the abs.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some dig the dad bods like us. So there we go. Now,
You think I got a dad bod?
I have a dad bod.
Dude, thanks,
I was
man. That's
just
actually
saying.
like a compliment.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Thanks, dude.
We work out.
Fuck yeah. Sort of.
Yeah, we just have one packs.
We drink and eat food, too, though,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
we like living. We like life.
yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
I'll still oil up, though.
Yeah, every once in a while,
Sure.
which is fun.
Anyways.
Now, leaderboard rundown here. We got Ben Griffin once again finishing second. I think this is like his second place over the past year. So he was at 15 under, so close to winning. Victor Perez at 14 under.
Dude, it was a shootout Sunday.
Was a shootout Sunday. Well, Bobby McIntyre came into the round 4-shot lead.
I made a note here about Sunday. Hang on a sec. What did I say?
Well, I'm going to keep running down the leaderboard here. So Tom Kim and Rory McIlroy, minus 13. Now, I got a question for you that I threw out to the Twitter sphere, and I asked them, I go, who would you rather have under immense pressure coming down on Sunday? Would you rather have Tom Kim or Rory McIlroy? And I have an answer to this that I feel strongly about, but I'd love to get your take.
I think you're going to go Tom Kim. I think you're going to go Kim, but I'm going Rory. I mean, he's just got more skin, more skin in the game, more time spent. Excuse me, under that kind of heat. There's two. Yeah, I go Rory.
So I got Tom Kim, and here's why.
Knew you would.
Because if you've watched Tom Kim play final rounds when he gets locked in, the guy doesn't miss. He's got an intangible that I don't think we've really seen.
Like, he doesn't waver. There's
there's
no
he
pressure
just
for him.
goes.
It is what it is, yeah.
And he starts going after flag sticks, and he makes putts, and it's like, holy shit, Tom Kim's on it. Before he won his first tournament on tour, he was playing in the Scottish Open, and that's when I noticed it. Because he was too far back. He was like 7 or 8 shots back, and goes out and shoots like a 62.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit, this kid has that it factor coming down on a Sunday to where he is clutch.
Yeah.
And sure enough, when he won his tournament, forget exactly which tournament it is that he won, but that Sunday, he was unstoppable.
So, how old is Tom Kim? He's in his
20s? Early 20s.
Like 24, 23, something like that. Yeah, so you're seeing something that he looks like a concrete wall on Sunday that can't be bothered, is what you're saying. That's kind of, is that what we're saying there?
Remember Jordan Spieth before hole 12 at Augusta National?
Oh, those were the days.
And how he had like that moxie. The only guy that ever ran him down in a tournament was the PGA that Jason Day won.
Oh, he was like basically like Scotty Scheffler is now. Before then, he was the guy.
Not quite the ball striker, but he could pot. He potted lights out.
Right. Made up
and
for
he used
it.
to make everything. But he had that moxie. You know, the intangible that you can't really put into words, but it's just something that they have.
And you think Rory has hit the fail, even though he's been there more, you think he's hit the fail button so many times and not close that you would take Kim?
I mean, look at the tournaments that Rory has lost and come in second. Mm-hmm. The Open Championship to Cam Smith.
Yeah.
Look at, there's numerous.
That's what I'm saying. There's a ton.
Yeah. I mean, when Rory has
a break coming.
When Rory has a day like what he had at.
Be careful with this. Sorry.
So continuing through the leaderboard,
we figured this out.
We got Corey Connors. He finished the best out of the Canadians. Good old 12 under. Then we've got Maverick McNeely, Mackenzie Hughes, and Ryan Fox all finishing up at 10 under. And then Chandler Phillips He loves to hunt. Keith Mitchell, he loves cashmere. Joel Damon loves big hats. And Sam Burns loves mullets.
And they all
9 under.
chased on Sunday.
They all chased. They all
Nobody
had
fell
a chance.
off.
Yeah.
Nobody fell off. They
all
all
had a
played
chance.
really well.
But Bobby showed that good old 4-shot lead. He was going to hang on to that bad boy.
Representing
as
for
long
the lefties.
as the those things that fly in the sky, those drones.
Oh, yeah. It was almost like maybe he's never seen one.
I don't know what it was. It was the sound that was getting to him. And I think it was getting a little too close to him, but he got pissed. But what's funny is, even as he's pissed off, calling in an official, decides to go ahead and hit anyways, sticks it. He stuck it to like 8 feet.
So, yeah. So, you know.
Wound tight, that
You
guy.
could say that the drone won the tournament for him.
Wound tight. Now, a quick word from our sponsor. Swannies is here with a fresh take. Performance-based materials are a given these days. But if you're looking for the stretchiest and most lightweight pieces that deliver a look that says, I'm here for a good time, take a walk on the Swannies side. With fabric sourced from recycled plastics and designs sourced from our very own weekend warriors, Swannies is looking out for both our planet and those that need a little style to boost their drive another 15 yards. Premium looks from top to bottom at swannies.co. So let's talk about the longest day in golf. How about it? Little segue there. Love that.
Sorry.
We've got U.S. Open qualifiers, and there were 13 sites in total, okay? The best one that I saw, or the most dramatic one that I saw, was Cam Davis and Adam Scott in a playoff. I sent this over to you. Did you see that playoff? Oh, no, he didn't see it. All right,
Talk to me. I mean, I love that I'm hearing it for the first time, though, right now.
So they tie the first hole, but then on the second playoff hole, Adam Scott, and by the way, Adam Scott currently has 91 straight major championship appearances.
Holy
91 straight. That is such an accomplishment, right? So
Where's
Adam
our guy?
Scott goes, Rachel got him. So Adam Scott goes and chips in because he's off the green, and Cam Davis is about 15, 20 feet away. Okay. Adam Scott chips in.
Pew, pew, pew.
So clutch. And gives like one of those fist pumps, like one of the awkward ones to like
That Adam
nobody's
Scott
around.
does.
Nobody's around, but it's like, yeah, I got to give a fist
Only
pump.
Adam Scotts do that.
And then Cam Davis decides, fuck your 91 consecutive appearances, drops the 20-foot birdie putt to push it to the third playoff hole.
Ooh.
And then Cam Davis
Why
sticks
did I
it
not watch this?
on the third playoff hole. Adam Scott is just off the green, putts it, misses the putt. And sure enough, Cam Davis knocks in his birdie to knock Adam Scott out of the U.S. Open. He is the first alternate, though, out of that group.
He's going to be paying somebody to make somebody sick.
You know what's crazy? And
He's
I
got
saw
to
it
get
today.
to 100, right?
I would imagine, like,
That's a
how
thing.
how do you not protect this? This is an American, like, this is a...
It's monumental.
You got to protect this guy.
It's monumental.
You got to protect him. But apparently, he's on the outskirts right now because he's not playing in the Memorial either. So the Memorial tournament
man.
that's coming, Adam Scott is not in it as of right now. He did not get a sponsor's exemption either. And it is a Signature Series event, which this is his last chance to get in other than somebody dropping out of the U.S.
How
Open.
old is Adam Scott? I know I always ask you how old they are, but like I do that as a gauge. Like, is this guy on the way out? Is it?
Yeah,
is
he's
are we
now,
in the twilight of the career?
He's now in his 40s.
So, yeah. So
But his swing is still so goddamn good.
he does not lack length.
No, he does not. And speaking of playoffs, Mr. Playoff himself, Harry Higgs, who won back-to-back Korn Ferry Tour events in playoffs, he ends up getting into a playoff to get into the U.S. Open in the final
fucking
qualifier.
love Harry Higgs.
Harry Higgs, he's really proven himself.
Can we get him on
to
the
be
pod?
Mr. Playoff? I think we could.
He's like the type of guy that probably do it.
Well, he was on Smiley's podcast. He's dealing with like a cancer thing on his face.
I was gonna say, is that what that was?
Yeah, that's what that was.
Or did he get in a fight with a beaver?
Could be a beaver.
Okay.
But we're just going to go with the fact that,
Thank you,
he
sir.
did that.
What's in that? What is that? What whiskey's in
Oh,
there?
here we go. Botsy, will you grab me that whiskey?
Of course. International? Okay.
So this is the international old fashioned. So if somebody comes here, because I'm going to rate this, okay?
Ooh, it smells like cinnamon.
Let's see what we got.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Oh, dear God, folks. This has some, and I'm a big cinnamon fan.
So this is
So-
popular.
Oh,
Popular?
and it's got the ice cube that says Trevor's in it. This is classy. This is classy. Cheers, cheers, Jude. Cheers,
God
Butsy.
damn, this fucking microphone's trying to get me to do something to it. Get
All
out
right,
of here,
we
dog.
go. Oh, that's tasty. That's good.
Is it like gingerbread?
That's good. That's really, I give it a thought. So I'm going to say this. I am going to go with a 7.8 on that one. 7.8 on the international old fashioned. That thing is fantastic. Love that. That's a high score.
That's a big score.
That's a big score.
Thanks, Jude.
Holy shit, that's delish.
Do you mind if I try it?
Go for it.
Cool.
Have at it. Wow.
I keep
So
smelling.
Butsy's tooth is doing all right, truck golfer.
Yeah, you're about to get infected, though. I'm going to put it up in this
Yeah,
glass.
try-
for you.
I might end up. Can you pass it? This is something for like Kim Jong Il.
I don't think you can
I
pass a
think
tooth infection.
Kim Jong
I don't
Il.
think they're contagious.
Kim Jong Il would know this because he's got the right like people around
'Cause he's
him.
Korean?
Because he's dead. But Kim Jong Il, can you
That is-
actually
That tastes like gingerbread.
pass a tooth infection from one side to the next? Isn't that delicious?
Not from one side.
And
Can
it's
you?
smooth.
Does it pass from person to person?
Yeah, person to person.
Come here. Let me pop your abscess, man.
But
No, it's down now. I
Yeah,
took
he's doing
antibiotics
fine. He's
for
doing
fucking
fine.
2 weeks. I ain't been shitting right the whole time. Anyways,
yeah, he's gonna be all right.
we'll be okay.
He's here, which is huge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
No, I missed you.
I trust the
I
confidence.
mean it. I mean it in a way that is very much like
Dude.
I was depressed last week because I'm like, oh, we don't get to do it together.
So I'm
we don't get the banter.
I'm laying in bed literally when you go live, right? To kind of do the makeup show, right? Because I bailed and the whole thing went to shit. And I see, because I really only watch YouTube at night. Like I only watch Rogan and a bunch of weird, like, Antarctica shit, which we'll get into that later. But I see the live notification come up, and it's like the tears just start running. And like I almost did like a selfie video, like, hey, you out there in the cold. Like, missing the pod tonight because I got a bacchiotomy.
a bacchiotomy with the toothache.
I got a bacchiotomy.
Yeah, hate to see it.
Sorry.
Hate to see it. Man down.
I love that we start getting a little loose about 35 minutes.
Yeah, see,
We're 46.
Truck golfer said, he goes, Butsy was sad last week. He missed you. And I missed him.
Was he sad?
No, you were sad.
No, he said you were
Oh,
sad.
I was sad.
He said, Butsy, he was sad.
Oh, yeah, he's
We
right.
were both sad,
There needs
dude.
to be a comma after Butsy.
You ever
there.
seen the movie E.T. where they're like, philanthropically connected and E.T.'s laying in that stream? That's how I felt. And then all of a sudden my fingers
I was
lit
depressed.
up. And I was like, and that was Matt right there. Anyways.
And I think I was so thrown off that's why I was so off with the Caddie gossip because I haven't gotten into the Caddie gossip in so long.
yeah.
I'm blaming it on that. But LIV Golf had a rough showing out there on the longest day. Only 3 players out of like 30
30 attempt.
advanced to qualifying. Now, there's a lot of people like anti-LIV out
hard,
there.
though.
Anti-LIV. That's what I was saying.
It's
I'm
a
like,
it's a one-day qualifier.
for 36 holes.
Yeah.
It's like, that is brutal.
Who's the guy that won that went and played?
Now, is it a good look for LIV Golf? No, of course not. But does it mean that LIV Golf was weak? It sucks, whatever? No.
Yeah, but what's the diss there? Yeah,
Well-
LIV golfers, you suck. You can't even get through qualifiers.
I think the diss is something we'll get into when we get into the LIV
Sorry.
category.
Sorry.
But no, I'm saying that it is partially that these guys have so much time that they're not playing that it's like it's tough to keep your game in shape.
You're not sharp.
We're seeing it with Tiger Woods right now, right?
Yeah,
He only plays once every couple months.
I explain this to people, and a lot of people don't believe it. I actually used to play competitive golf pretty well. And,
Hey, you got game.
well, the time that it was the best was when you were doing it, like, I remember when I was a junior, and I'm not going to get off on a whole tangent here. Maybe I am, but you teed up every Monday in a different tournament, and it was week to week to week. And by the 4th or 5th weekend, you're pretty sharp. You're rolling. You're in a
absolutely.
routine. You get up to 1. You pump it down there.
You get comfortable.
You're doing that. And then you stop. And, like, I have a huge respect for dudes that try to chase the PGA Tour or professional golf in general that don't have the ability to play week to week and play against guys that do and overcome that. That's crazy.
And it was funny today because Anti-Liv thought that I was defending Live Golf and these golfers. I'm like, no, I'm defending the fact that it is tough to qualify when you go to a qualifier.
What if you are defending him? Who gives a shit?
Well, that's the other thing, too. But no, I wasn't defending them because, yeah, it is a bad look
You defended them.
on Live Golf. But the 3 players that got through in qualifying from Live Golf is Eugenio Jaccara, good old Dean Burmester, and
household
David
name.
Poog.
Say the first one again. That's a household name. I've heard a lot about
Eugenio Jaccara.
him. Okay.
Jaccara. I think you rolled the R's. I took a lot of Spanish. Big Mexico fan. Love Mexico. Okay. Let's keep it moving, keep it grooving, folks. And by the way, keep in mind, too, that the guy who finished second in Canada last week did not qualify. And the winner on the PGA Tour from 2 weeks ago, or like just over a week ago, at the Charles Schwab Challenge, Davis Riley, he didn't qualify either. So does that all of a sudden make the PGA Tour week? No.
That's what's so tough about golf. You could have Tiger. I mean, you could have prime Tiger show up at a golf course where a local stick has like a home field advantage and could have beat him on any given day of golf.
So I'll tell you guys a quick story about this.
People don't realize that.
You're spot on. When I played on the Butch Harmon Vegas tour, there was a guy who lived in Vegas his entire life, went to UNLV, I believe, and sure enough, had played every golf course that we had played there and was the top money winner of the Butch Harmon Vegas tour. Like he won like every single season, but every single time he advanced because we used to have these sponsor exemptions.
He had to travel.
He had to go and play in the PGA Tour event, like the John Deere Classic, and he couldn't break 80.
No. Dude.
But every golf course that he was super comfortable with on the Butch Harmon Vegas Tour would win it no problem.
I call that environment, guys. So, like, when I graduated high school and I was playing junior golf week to week, plus playing high school golf, you had all these dudes that went on, and we're on a side thing here, but I think it's important. It's kind of like a lot of people that never did that, they don't understand this. So there was a lot of dudes that went on to play D1 golf, and they were the best in Arizona. And then they'd show up at Kentucky and Drake and all these other places, and they sat on the bench because they're not playing desert golf anymore. They can't hit it in the trees. They shoot 85 when there's pine trees. It's soft out. The ball spins. So
I'm with you 100% on that.
Yeah, I call them environment guys. There's guys that are really good in certain environments, and if they can't get it done in all of them, which speaks even more to the PGA Tour and the ability to get it done all over the place.
Completely agree. I think anybody that – and here's the thing. I think they deep down know it. They're just trying to troll on LIV Golf, which is fine. It is what it is. That being said, let's get into the U.S. Women's Open, which, by the way, we don't cover a lot of. Some people are going to absolutely hate this. But before we do, Trot Golfer, you added a couple things here that I got to catch up on. Look at Westwood and Poulter. They're done. Yes, correct. They are done. Those guys, and I've called LIV Golf in the past a lifestyle tour because these guys want their guaranteed money. They've earned it, right?
They're 100% out.
They're no problem with that whatsoever. They're now like there for the fans, for entertainment purposes and everything. Then we've got Trot Golfer said Blair is a hero. I don't know what that was in reference to.
Blair who?
Yeah, I'm confused on
Blair
that
Witch
one.
Project?
But and then Ryan Hogue.
Oh, God. Local legend.
Yeah.
Hogue could play everywhere. Hogue.
Oh, I think he's talking about two local guys that.
Hogue. You know who Hogue is.
Well, yeah, and then, but I don't know who Blair is. That's
I
the only
don't
one
know Blair either. I know Hogue very well. Who the God? I know him so well that I can't remember who he caddies for.
Zach Blair. Oh, you're right. Zach Blair. So Zach Blair, he actually, if I'm not mistaken, is the guy that is designed. He's a better golf course designer, but he'll show up at some golf courses. Like he played at the Phoenix Open this year and played pretty damn well.
Made
the cup. And not the cup, the cut.
He made the cup.
Made the cup. Austin Whittington says, I've lived in Florida for 3 years and still can't play on Bermuda.
I'm telling you, it's a thing, man. Yeah.
When I came out to Arizona and played at Grand Canyon University out here, I sucked for the first 2 years.
Yeah, there's guys that can't hit it, don't know how to hit it off the dirt.
I could not play out of the desert at all. and I hated desert golf to begin with.
But then
now I love it.
Yeah, now it's like, dude, my ball's sitting up in the desert. This is pure.
It takes time to figure it out.
Yeah, you got to get wide, dig. You learn a lot about how to hit those shots.
This is one of the things that I talked about with Bobby Brown about S.H. Kim.
Bobby Brown.
I'm like, this kid is playing all these golf courses on the PGA Tour for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's going to get used to these tracks and get really, really good.
100%.
And so I think it's only a matter of time until somebody like him really breaks out. So there's a little side note there for everybody. But let's get into the U.S. Women's Open. First of all, we got to talk about somebody that hits close to home in your heart, Butsy. Good old Charley Hull.
Charley.
Smoking some darts.
Oh, I think she was ripping Newports, waiting for that sponsorship. Now, I read about this.
Yeah.
This is hilarious, actually. She started smoking darts to get off vape.
Vapes are bad.
It's supposed
Vapes
to
are
be the
bad.
other way around.
Yeah, it really, the pendulum swings every so often.
Well,
if you haven't noticed.
They find out what the real deal is, right? I mean, these
Yeah.
are probably worse for you. So she's like, I got to do something. I got an oral fixation. I guess I'll just start ripping cigs and signing autographs.
Good old darts. And she's smoking right in front of kids.
Oh, they got the...
Just great.
It looked like something... It looked like an image from 50 years ago. Like, if they would have made that black and white, that would have looked like Nancy Lopez smoking a cigarette. Like,
the best part is, after that week, sure enough, she's there at the U.S. Open with like Nelly Korda and a couple others, and they're cracking up looking at the phone of all the memes and everything that were going on.
Oh, it's great.
They absolutely loved it. And so she finished T19, by the way.
is she the female John Daly? No.
You don't think so?
No. 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 That chick's into fitness, and she just smokes. She smokes
Yeah,
on the
that's a
golf
good
course.
point.
That's
She's
it.
fit.
She is not.
She's not killing
She
Diet
ain't
Cokes.
coming out there drinking Diet Cokes, showing up with a bottle of Belvedere, half drink before she gets to the tee, eating McDonald's. Like, that ain't happening.
Trout Golfer says Butsy's sister. Could be. Could be, because you get in the gym. You keep it fit.
Who?
You.
Oh, I definitely
You were in the
get
gym this morning.
I was. But I
So
like
was I.
food. I like food.
And then Kim Jong-il's back. He loves female golfers. He says Nelly Korda missed the cut at the U.S. Women's Open. We're going to get to that, Kim Jong-il. You calm yourself for a moment. We're
Yep.
going to get there. Now, this golf tournament took place at a phenomenal club called Lancaster Country Club.
I don't know anything about the golf course.
Oh, my gosh. It's a fantastic
Talk to me.
club. One of my buddies who I play, actually, the craftiest man alive. You've met him. Played golf with him at Mountain Shadows.
Oh, my God, the wizard.
Yep. The craftiest man
That
alive.
guy was like playing with a...
From Lancaster, and some of his buddies caddied for girls out there this week.
He was like playing with a real-life cartoon.
It is. It really is.
Like
Craftiest man alive.
and he's not playing a part. He's not faking it. He just is that guy.
He's that guy.
and I love it. Like there's so much authenticity to that dude. I'd love to go play golf with him again.
Oh, we're going to. We have to. But he's injured right now.
What happened?
He gets a summer injury once a year, and he actually smashed his foot into a cart, I believe. And
See, I thought
it's
he
all
fell off a
swollen.
unicorn in Narnia.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could have happened. But Nick Nowitzki says Amish country, absolutely. If you notice the chairs that we were sitting in at Weekopaw, those were Amish chairs that
Oh, don't
Jedediah
you know,
Morgan's
brother
family
Jedediah.
made directly from Lancaster.
That's
So
right.
that was great. And then Trot Golfer says the track needs to host a men's U.S. Open. Pretty pure. It is pretty pure. The yardage would be the
Is it
one
long
thing.
enough?
No. So that's the only thing that would hold it back. But I think they can trick it out enough, like Marion, when they did that for the U.S. Open, to where that would actually make a lot of sense. But yeah, Lancaster Country Club, absolutely phenomenal track. Tough conditions. A lot of the women were complaining that it was too difficult, which means it's a U.S. Open.
I just had this crazy idea. This is going to sound so dumb, but what if the PJ Tour did artificial tees? Like, okay, we like this venue, but it's not long enough, and there's room. We're not going to ask the grounds crew to completely grow and turf a tee box for us. We're having a tournament there in 3 months. What if they started putting like an artificial tee 40 yards back on this hole, 10 yards back, like on this par 3? Like, do you think people would go for that?
No.
Because it's not real grass.
You would have the
If you're hitting
purists that are
driver,
like,
like
no.
if it's a driver hole, you don't think they would do that?
No.
Never happened.
No.
All right, sorry. Dumb
No,
idea.
It's okay. No, it's not a dumb idea. It's just would it work? Probably not.
Yeah, like can we institute this because we want to play this golf course and there's only a couple holes that we need to lengthen to make it valid? I don't know.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
No, it's a good point.
I'm going to call Jay.
Call Jay, which we're
Jay,
gonna
I got
get
an idea.
We're gonna get into that next with good old Jay Monahan.
Oh,
because there was some
look at
stuff
that.
that's not in the
Accidental
notes.
segue.
Accidental segue. However, we're not quite there yet.
Okay.
So it's a U.S. Open because the women were complaining like crazy. Way too difficult of a golf course. Of course it is. It's a U.S. effing Open, okay? That's the way it should be. $12 million purse, by the way.
What won it?
$12 million purse.
What won it? What was low?
Yuka Sasso at,
I
Was
just
it
pulled her rookie
3
card
under, I
autograph
believe?
yesterday, too.
I think, no, she won by 3, so 4 under.
So,
Because the next one closest to her was 1 under.
so that's
And then everybody was even or over.
so that means it was an accurate test of golf for a U.S. Open track.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Yuka Sasso, she's 22 years old from Japan. This is her second time winning a U.S. Open. So clearly, if you're a gambler out there, pay attention because she loves difficult golf courses. She's probably not one of these people. Spencer Levine comes to mind when
Why
I
does
started
Spencer
thinking.
Levine come to
Because
mind?
he always made cuts and was really good in U.S. Opens. But then if you got him onto like a regular PGA Tour event,
Yeah.
he just couldn't hack it because he couldn't make that many birdies.
I
There's
got it.
some guys and women that they can play very difficult golf courses and make a shit ton of pars and then drop in the occasional birdie. However, you get them on a regular track and they just can't make a shit ton of birdies.
Got you.
And that's what a normal tour event normally is.
Interesting.
So Yuka Sasso wins for the second time. And she won by 3 over her fellow Japanese player, Hanako Shabuno. Yep, there you go.
That's how you
Perfect.
say it.
In
That's
the
how-
national
that's how you-
tongue. That's the
Yep.
national tongue, folks.
Yeah, man, that's how you say it, dude.
It is. And then Kim Jong-il, to your point, Nelly Korda did not make the cut. She risked it for the biscuit. Have you guys seen this TikTok video that the LPGA Tour put out? I sent it to you. You saw it. You were dying.
Yes.
So she's
Elaborate.
like, she's in a press conference and she's like, you got to risk it for the biscuit. And she starts cracking up in the middle of saying it because she knows how ridiculous that sounds.
Yeah.
But she really did risk it and she did not get the biscuit
For the biscuit.
because she made a 10 on her 3rd hole of the opening round.
10.
Everybody was talking about it in the gym. We're just like, holy shit. Did you see Nelly Korda make a 10?
How did it add up to 10? I didn't see the actual performance. What happened?
So she hit too much club, hit it into a back bunker. She's up against like the back lip, but apparently there was a leaf underneath. She sculls
Just
it.
turbo.
Sculls it right into the stream, the water. So then she's got to drop from there, hits a couple more bad chips, and it went back and forth, and it just was not good.
Just
10.
Ping, ping, ping.
Bang, bang, bang.
Aw.
10 on a par 3, not good. So she's done after her opening round. She shot an 80. Not good. Missed the cut. And that's all we got for the U.S. Women's Open recap,
Sorry.
folks.
I do like the women's golf coverage. I know a lot of people hate it, but the
It's not
skill
bad, right?
it's not like other sports, right?
Kim Jong-il, I am so shocked right now. I'm so sorry, Butsy, but
No,
this
go
is
ahead.
shocking because Kim Jong-il on Twitter just shits on the women all the time. But
Yeah.
he apparently watched. He goes, 12th hole was a nightmare for the players.
I can't shit on women's golf. It's not like
No.
a performance sport like women's football or basketball where strength is the advantage of men. The ability to hit a golf shot, yeah, they don't put as much spin on it and it doesn't go as far typically, by a little less of a percentage, especially for the top players. But their ability to golf their ball, like, they're good, dude. And they'll
are
beat
good.
the shit out of you on a golf course. They will.
From 2 tees up.
They will. Or even probably from your tee.
Oh.
Hitting 3-wood into the green when you're hitting 8-iron, they will still beat the out of you.
This is a good one, and I want to throw this out to everybody on Twitter as well as YouTube. Austin Winnington wants to know, anyone else crushing on Charley Hull?
We can't go there.
Yeah, we can.
You
No.
can go
Hang
there.
on.
Because you know where that ends.
Well, for every guy,
you know what I mean.
For
Y'all are
every
gonna be let down.
for every guy that is crushing. Well, I want to hear it. Is anybody else crushing on Charley Hull? We'll leave that one there for a minute. Go ahead and chime in. Add it to the comments.
That you said okay.
And
you didn't.
we will let you guys chime in if you are crushing on Charley Hull because she is
'Cause
becoming
you're
a quick
dumb.
legend.
Yeah.
No, she's becoming a quick legend.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
that.
Okay.
But as we're waiting on more people to chime in on Charley Hull, if you're crushing on her or not, we're going to move into the upcoming Memorial Tournament because we got to keep it moving, keep it grooving. Kim Jong-il says no, not crushing on Charley Hull. I wonder why,
He just
Kim
goes,
Jong-il.
No.
Yeah, just no. There's no follow-up to that whatsoever. But the upcoming Memorial, it is a signature event, folks, and it is a signature event with a cut, which means it's $20 million. I know people don't like talking about the money, but you got to talk about the money, right? It's about the money. So $20 million.
Always about the
limited field. And last year, this is what started the run for Victor Hovland. He won at Memorial, ended up leading to him winning the FedEx Cup towards the end of the year. And he won in a playoff over none other than Denny McCarthy, the best putter on the PGA Tour. And I can say that because Cam Smith is now on LIV Golf.
He left.
Spot
Came
was open. Yeah.
Denny McCarthy.
Course information here. We're obviously playing Muirfield.
Is Victor? Is he there? Is he back?
He's back. So
You think he's back?
I do because here's the thing.
Why?
PGA Championship, man. He ended up coming into that week, almost withdrew, almost won the damn thing because he went back to Mayo. They went back to his original fundamentals in his golf swing, and all of a sudden he found it again.
Okay.
So got completely away from all the changes he was trying to make with the other instructors.
Let's go. Hey,
right back to what he does best.
This worked really well for a long time. What are we doing? Let's just make some more putts and do what we do.
Yeah, let's get more consistent with it.
Stupid. Yeah, that's
I mean,
stupid.
you played one of the best back nines in the history during the FedEx Cup run, so why not? I mean, shooting 28, come on. So
you can't blame him for tinkering because
I can.
Well, dude, I mean, there might be an efficiency there, but like, I don't know. I've never seen anybody. I guess I can say that I've never seen anybody come out that showed dominance and started being brilliant, and then right at the peak, they win. They do well. Ooh, some asshole comes along and starts coaching them, says, we can squeeze more efficiency out of this. We got to change some things. You're right there. And then they...
it always goes downhill. It is damaged more careers than it's ever helped.
Well, dude, it happened. Like Tiger probably would, and I hate to, he probably would have won more.
Yeah, he had
What do
his
you think would have happened
downtime.
if he would have just stayed with Butch's whole career?
Oh my God, he
We
would
be
have
having a different conversation.
way different conversation.
I would stand
guarantee,
by that.
I would guarantee that.
Yes. Yep. He changed his golf swing 18 times. Luckily, he was so talented that he could still use a shit move to win. But the one that was the best was
with Butch.
the elastic, tall, steep. The Butch swing.
It was so good.
It's the only one I like watching when I watch old Tiger videos. You can
Same.
literally tell. You like see a Tiger video come up and you'll be like, yep, that's when he was with Haney. It's shit right there.
Yep.
You know what
And
I
then Trot Golfer throws in, look at the amount of money Victor won with Mayo, and he left. Shows you how likable Mayo might be. So, I mean, Mayo is a great instructor. I believe he's up in Vegas, and he is more of a short game wizard in my mind than he is a full swing guy, but he is now Victor's complete instructor right now. That's his coach.
I don't know
at
who
the
this
moment.
is, by the way. Who's Mayo?
He is a golf instructor in Las
I gathered
Vegas.
that much, but
But he's come onto the scene. He's worked with some pros, and
like, where did he hail from? How did he get popular?
it's a good question.
How do these guys pop up?
So it normally happens when you start working with the tour pro. And if that tour pro has success, so look at Mark Blackburn, for instance. Really started with Max Homa, right? Now he's the #1 instructor by Golf Digest because really Butch isn't in there anymore, according to Golf Digest. But in my mind, Butch is still #1.
That's so. Yeah, that whole rating. I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah. Keep it moving, keep it grooving.
Yes.
Muirfield Village is the golf club, obviously designed by Jack Nicklaus. This is his gem. It's in Ohio, his hometown. I mean, par 72 stretches out to 75, 69 in terms of yardage. Notable holes at Memorial. So these are the ones to watch out for, folks. Hole number 4, it's a par 3, 200 yards. Hole 12, another par 3, 184. Hole 14 is a par 4, 363. So on the shorter side, we've got hole 16. This is the best one in my opinion.
Okay.
Hole 16 is the par 3 201 with the water almost all the way around it. Elevation changes are the big thing with
Water,
the par.
so you cover it, you're fine.
If you cover it, you're fine. And then hole 18, that par 4 484. A lot of guys make pars there. There's a lot of bogeys there too.
Would you say that par 3s make or break golf tournaments?
Yes.
They are the deciding factor.
Those tend to be, yeah.
I would say so.
Because a lot of guys can play the par 5s. You can ruin a round, though, on one of those par 3s.
That's what I'm saying.
On good par 3s at golf courses, it can make or break your golf round.
I would like to look at the stats on that because I bet the guys that play the par 3s the best do the best.
Yeah. I actually agree
Maybe
with
that's
you.
like an idiot point. Maybe everybody knows that, but that's what's going through my slightly buzzed mind right now.
Then we've got a field analysis here. So
Okay.
it is a signature event. So you got the top 40 in the official World Golf Rankings outside of the few that are still at LIV Golf, right? John Rahm is still, I think, number 7 in the world, if I'm not mistaken. Brooks Koepka is within the top 40. But outside of those guys, you've got Scheffler, Xander, Rory, Wyndham, Hovland, Oberg, Horikawa. I put Horikawa here. Morikawa.
Nothing
Good old
more about Morikawa.
Patrick Cantlay, Max Homa, and there's a lot more, too, that are in this golf tournament. I mean, this is the biggest event outside of some of the majors that we're going to experience because it's Jack's tournament. Who doesn't want to be there? Bobby McIntyre, because he withdrew. He's like, I'm pounding booze this week. Screw Jack.
Fuck everything.
Screw Jack Nicklaus on this one. Bobby said, absolutely, I'm done with this. So Bobby McIntyre withdraws. Outside of that, you got the top players in the world. Here's the betting odds. You ready for this?
Yes.
Because we're going to get into our picks here in a second. Betting odds. Scotty Scheffler.
I'm not prepared for that.
Number 1 at plus 360. Scotty struggling with being a dad a little bit. Said he's just being a cheerleader, trying to be supportive of the wife. Has no idea what he's doing. He said that in the press conference today.
I'm sure he doesn't.
Yeah. Didn't say the F word. He also said that the whole arrest is something that he doesn't think is going to go away for a long time, even though the charges were dropped. It's messing with him mentally.
Oh, like just having to have gone through that
Having to go through that, yeah.
Yeah, Scotty, you'll be fine. Get over it.
Then we got Rory McIlroy and Xander Schauffele at plus 900. Now, Xander came out, and I want to talk about this for a second since we're talking about Xander. He made some pretty harsh comments about Jay Monahan and how he is not when everything was going down, he wasn't the face of the PGA Tour saying everything that he ended up putting it on the players to say. And like Justin Thomas, Rory McIlroy, and Rory really was the one that was the face of the entire thing, right? So Xander had some pretty harsh comments about the leadership of Jay Monahan. Not about Jay Monahan as a person, but as a leader. What do you think about that?
Given his role.
And he said that Jay,
yeah.
They need a new leader that is going to give them a definitive answer as to what the future looks like for professional golf.
The best way I could put it, this is probably going to come out a little obtuse, but I feel like Jay Monahan is like the Anthony Fauci of the PGA Tour. Like, he said a bunch of this shit, and then that shit really wasn't that shit. It wasn't true. And went back on and then he used a lot of people and put people in bad spots. I just think Jay's full of shit at this point. I think, I don't think he's got the players' best interest in mind, and I think the players are finally starting to realize that, and that camaraderie is gone. No faith is left in Jay Monahan.
It's definitely dwindled, especially with the departure.
I don't know who's left. Who's still a Jay fan and loves everything he's about? And
Well, here's the thing.
who's still drinking that?
All the guys like Jay as a person, but it's becoming to the point to where they don't like him as a leader anymore. And that's where I talked to
That's what I'm saying.
numerous pros that were very pro Jay Monahan up until the recent departure of what's his face off of the board.
Like you just said,
Jim,
as a person, he's probably fine.
No, he's a great guy. Great
yeah, like
guy.
as a human, he's probably fine.
Great,
I don't
human
doubt
being.
that. I don't doubt.
But as a leader, I have to agree with Xander. And I've been very critical of Jay during the entire thing. And I think Kim Jong-il, I think you're right. I think because Kim Jong-il just said, Jimmy Dunn, thank you, Nick Nowitzki. Jimmy Dunn, when he left, threw Jay Monahan under the bus by saying that it was Jay's direction to go meet with LIV, even though Jay told everybody, all the players, that they did that on their own. They did that independently of his own leadership, which, again, Jay Monahan, I think he should resign. Kim Jong-il said that he should resign. I think they need a new leader in place, and I agree with Xander that they need somebody that is just going to say, hey, this is what we're doing. We're moving it forward, keeping it grooving, and that's it.
But play devil's advocate there. Like, put anybody in, and I'm not a Jay fan by any means, but put anybody in Jay's shoes with the advent of LIV and how to tolerate it. I mean, you're kind of moving as the weeks go on, and things are changing rapidly. I don't know, like, what could have been done better than how he did it? Like, how would you have done it differently?
Oh, God. I've talked about this. So, literally, I
Given
would
the
have done
informa- we don't-
everything differently.
And you don't
I
have
said
the
it at the
information
time.
that he had.
No,
Like,
so
there's a big gray area here.
Yeah,
of like,
but hang on a second. It's a PR move that you do not feed into a narrative and give attention to somebody that everybody doesn't know. When all of that went down and he drew the line in the sand and said, if you're going to leave for LIV Golf, you're going to get suspended. He should have worked with them for one.
That was too stupid. That was dumb.
That was stupid. And he, all of a sudden, the media, and he started getting everybody that was on their side to talk shit about the Saudis and about LIV Golf. And all he did, which anybody in Hollywood would tell you, bad publicity is good publicity.
Sure.
Because your name is being talked about. LIV Golf was being talked about constantly. And that was the entire narrative for everything going on the PGA Tour was what's going to happen with LIV Golf. Oh, LIV Golf is bad. Oh, it's coming from the Saudis. Oh, 9/11. All this stuff was feeding the narrative and building up
And
LIV Golf.
I heard there was also a deeply rooted personal thing with Greg Norman.
Oh, of course.
Like that was a huge...
Well, that's why they didn't want to talk to them in the first place.
Correct. Like,
Yeah.
Greg's in charge. He tried to do this in 1996 or whatever.
Yep. Oh, it was 96.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow, my brain serves me well sometimes.
Yeah.
God, I actually remembered that.
Yeah, he tried to have a new tour come in and take over
And
for the PGA Tour.
and pick up for essentially improve the product for the downfalls that he saw, and they hated him for it. And he's been hated ever since.
But Jay,
It's like a long time gang. Jay did no. It was poorly managed. I'm saying, but if you were in his shoes, like, would you maybe have up to?
No, because no,
No.
I wouldn't have.
I'm
Because
curious. I don't know. I don't know enough.
I would not mention it at all, as if that it just didn't exist. I would ignore it, and I would just let it not get any publicity whatsoever on my watch. Then on top of that, I'm not the type that has a huge ego to where I'm going to sit there and go, because
You can't come
I
back.
have bad blood with Greg Norman, I'm not going to entertain what's going on here.
I'm going to completely excommunicado any player that associates themselves with that.
You got to keep the lines of communication
That's so
open.
stupid.
And I wouldn't have drawn a line in the sand. I said that from the very beginning. I was very adamant
I would have
about
said good
those
luck, dude.
points.
But,
Yeah,
like, you're more
Hey,
than welcome to
best of
play
luck.
In our tournaments. You know,
Yeah, if you guys
for as
get
long as you choose to.
PGA Tour pros that want to play in it, go for it.
Come play.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't care.
No.
Let's let them fail on their own. We don't need to help them and which they have done.
Exactly.
That's the whole point of what you're saying.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. It's so Jay has not done a great job during this entire thing, and I said that for the longest of time.
Childish.
And it's just like, man, because even I do believe that Phil went to him, Phil Mickelson, and said, "Hey, we should look into this." And he's just like, "No, we're fine. We're doing our own thing." And wouldn't even look at doing like a team event or signature events or anything like that. Really wasn't until LIV that these signature events obviously became a thing. So it's all retroactive, which if you know any good leaders, they're normally proactive. And that's my kind of take on Jay Monahan. And I know that the players that have talked highly of him are pissed at him right now.
They're out. Yeah.
Yeah, they're no longer
not
in full support of Jay Monahan
And
anymore.
how could they be?
Yeah.
How could they be? Yeah, what has transpired? Even the most devout has to jump ship at some point. Yeah.
Then we got Colin Morikawa, who's been playing great at plus 1,400. Victor Hovland at plus 1,800. Ludwig Oberg and Patrick Cantley at plus 2,500.
Where's my guy Knapp?
Justin Thomas at plus 3,000. I don't know, actually. He's
I'm
too
gonna
far
keep-
down.
I'm going to keep taking
Tommy
him.
Fleetwood at plus 3,500. Matsuyama and Homa at plus 4,500. Wyndham, Burns, and Henley at plus 5,000. Tom Kim, Thagala, Fitzpatrick, Spieth, and Connors at plus 5,500. Butsy, what's your pick?
This is tough. I'm going to go on a Spieth. That's it.
Okay.
It's been a long time coming. It's time for a return.
Okay.
Time for a return to greatness. Maybe we see a breakthrough.
Is that
What'd you say,
a
Zach?
gut? Is that a gut feeling?
That's just like it's a. Yeah, no, I feel like we just haven't heard from Spieth in a while, and
You want to see it?
yeah, it's like back in the day. Let's go back like 15 years, or not even. Was it 12 years? It's like a Joff Ogilvy situation where, like, all of a sudden he showed up out of nowhere and brilliance shined again. So I'm going with Spieth.
Okay. Now, Trot Golfer wants to know, can Spieth stay away from the doubles?
Maybe not, but this might be the resurgence. This might be the week that, holy shit, 2 days goes by in the tournament and we see this guy either leading by 3 or a couple back.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not going Spieth.
Okay.
I am going with the guy that I've been very high on lately, and that is Colin Morikawa. I think Colin Morikawa is going to have himself a week. I don't even know what his past performances at Memorial have been, but the way that he's hitting the golf ball, I got a feeling Colin's going to play pretty well. And even if the putter fails, this isn't a tournament that people go super deep. So I like Colin Morikawa this week.
You think he's just going to hit laser beams all week and that's going to carry him through?
I think
Ball
so.
striking.
Ball striking.
Okay. All right. Very cool.
All right, moving into the Swannies style segment.
Oh, boy.
Once again, that winner of the Swannies $250
haven't
giveaway
seen this shirt before.
is Zane Davidson. This is the one that when I played in the Ryder Cup style event, this was one of our team shirts. So you know who picked this shirt out? Pissed Off Paul.
That looks like a pissed off Paul shirt.
Yeah, Pissed Off
Pissed
Paul.
off Paul, if you're watching
but-
right now, get a rock out, dude.
I paired the teal with the purple
Oh, he
because
took the shoe off. You're flexing so hard right now. It's
Here's the
like,
thing.
Oh, God.
Well, we're going to talk about this. This is part of the Swanee style segment. So, what's your take on the Jordan 1 mules? Because these are the Jordan 1 mules.
That is not, I would never put that on my foot. I really wouldn't. It's not. A slide on Jordan, I think, is a travesty to the brand. But that's
I will
only
say
because
this.
it's not for me. I would look dumb in it.
Here's the thing. I thought the same thing originally with the golf mules, right?
Yeah.
And they brought out the North Carolina colored ones first, and then I think they did one other color. And then they brought these out, which, by the way, just going to show these one more time. These have, like, multiple colors. They kind of look like Saved by the Bell kind of style.
Little Jamaica, little fruit to them.
So,
Well, they are, dude. They got like zigzag and loud Jamaica colors.
No,
on 'em.
it's like
I
Saved by
get
the
it.
Bell.
I get it.
But I got them. Trot Golfer says awful. Anti-Liv says do not drink from that chute. Yuck. I'm not drinking
Fucking
from
slip
it.
on
Hang
Jordan. Are you kidding me? Like, he asked me my opinion. It's just a no for me.
So I
Okay.
got them.
It's a Middle Eastern moccasin with a Nike swoosh on it.
When I saw
Sorry.
this thing, I go, this would be the perfect dog walking shoe. Fresh Prince. There we go. Trot Golfer got it. It's just like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Remember when he turned his jacket inside out, his school
Of
jacket?
course.
Yeah. That's what they look like. And so anyways, I bought these because, and by the way, they sold out almost immediately, which I'm like, holy shit.
Of course they did.
Okay. Interesting.
To knobs.
Well, I'm a
Not
knob.
that you're not. You're not. But you might be a figurehead for them.
Here's the thing. I'm the
I'm
leader.
not hating.
I'm the leader of the knobs.
You are the knob captain.
No, because when I go to take my dog outside, I've got a
I think-
million shoes,
I think
and I
what
want to
you
just
are-
slide on the shoes to take my dog out for a walk in the morning.
You're a hype guy. So you see something and you don't give a. You're like,
Yeah.
that's the new shit. I need to have it.
well, I was
and
just
that's why
like,
you have them.
No, there was actually a reason because my wife has cut me off.
What
Because
reason?
we're moving and we got to pay for all these expenses. But no, this has been my life lately. Is what's happening. So
dude.
I'm like, honey, I'm buying a pair of Jordans because I've been in a Jordan band. She goes, if another,
A Jordan band.
yeah, she goes, if another pair
If
of
I see another
Jordan
one of these
shoes
fucking
show
shoe
up,
boxes.
you are not getting laid for a month. And I'm like, never mind.
All
I'm
right.
never going to order another pair. And then I'm like, honey, I got to get these. And I made a deal. I was like,
You know what you should have
Do you
done?
want a million sneakers by the door, or do you want one pair?
They are cool.
Come
I'm just
on.
hating there. Like, I'm just jealous because I don't have them.
Here's the thing. They're awesome for walking the dog in the morning. And this is the first time I've actually worn them in public outside of walking the dog. So there you have it.
Okay.
I'll probably never. First of all, they should not be golf shoes. You could never wear these on the golf course. They're golf.
They're not actually
They're golf. No, they are. They have the golf soles.
What
and
a-
it says golf on
That's
them.
a travesty.
Yeah.
You cannot wear a shoe that has no heel on it to play golf.
Correct.
That is the dumbest shit. So these are strictly a collectible
No, they're not a
showman's item.
collectible. They're literally for walking the
but they're-
dog.
They are not called. The sole does not say dog walker. Do we still have show notes? Oh God, cool. Get back into it. I
Okay.
thought we were bullshitting now. That's my favorite part.
No.
I love when we get to the end and we just let it fly.
No, this was part of the Swanee Style segment.
Sorry.
But I'm going to skip the rest of the Swanee Style segment. I'm going to move that to next week
Very
just
good.
because we're a little long in the tooth. Okay, here we go, folks. Upcoming LIV Golf Houston. And this was actually pretty funny, Butsy. I did this entire segment last week thinking, and I even posed a question to Twitter. I'm like, are you guys watching LIV Golf tomorrow?
Right.
It was.
And?
It's this week.
Got it.
Not my brightest moment, but I went to LIV Golf's website and I just never looked at the dates. I just assumed it's been 3 weeks.
That's the problem with it.
That is the problem with it, which is our first topic here. I want to
We're
pose
into the
this
LIV
to you
Golf segment.
because I know you didn't listen to this last week. What's your opinion on the long layoffs in between events for LIV Golf?
It depends on what you're looking for out of the product. If I don't really actually know how to answer that. I mean, look,
Do you lose interest?
No, I don't lose interest because if I turn on the LIV Tour broadcast, somebody out there is playing good golf. It's not like we're watching guys like take a layoff and there's not somebody out there that's lighting the place on fire. So there's still good golf happening. Some of the best players that have gone over there, is there some disappointment in their performance, and you'd expect them to win everything. And then even if they did, you'd be like, well, yeah, that's because he's on the tour and like they're playing. I don't know.
Here's the thing, though.
It is what it is. It's just a different product.
Nick Nowitzki agrees it's brutal.
Why is it brutal?
Because as a fan,
I don't know why it's brutal. Like let's just say that the PGA Tour
because you lose
didn't
interest.
exist. But you wouldn't if you didn't have something to compare it to. If that's just how golf was, you wouldn't be bitching. But you do because the PGA Tour plays every week and you're used to hopping on your phone on Thursday.
But
and
there's
seeing,
no other sport that goes on these long of layoffs.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a product that you either love or hate. And
But
Like,
I like it, and
you could say you hate it, and he could say he hates it. But when it's
I
happening,
hate the layoffs.
but you're still gonna watch it.
Yeah, see, Nick says loves the coverage, and he sees a ton of shots and wish I saw more of it all. I mean, that's it.
So you're yearning for
Yeah.
more consistency in how often they play. Okay, that's fair. But like they know that, and they don't care. They're gonna do the layoffs,
They
and they're
don't
gonna say you because you're still gonna watch it.
I just wish that they would have a truncated season that really was just around the majors. That they played every single week then a major. Every single week then a major, and just did that. And
Why?
then had the rest of the year off.
Why was it designed the way it was? Do we have any clarity there?
Yes, because they're doing international travel, and they want to give the guys enough time
Because
to
it's all
travel,
over the world.
recover, and everything like that.
So
because
there-
it's all over the place.
You just okay. So therein
No, I know
lies-
the reasons.
So okay, well, but people need to know that.
And they're
These guys
also
aren't
trying to
playing-
entice these guys because they're like, hey, one of the pitches to them was you're going to play less, you're going to get paid a shit ton more, and you're going to have a way better lifestyle because you're playing less golf.
I get that, but the real issue here, they don't have a West Coast swing.
No,
They don't have.
they barely have an American swing.
That's what I'm saying. So if I'm on LIV and I don't care how much I'm getting paid, you got me jet setting all over the world. I'm gonna need a couple weeks before I do that again.
Listen, I get it. Kim Jong-il even says, I wish LIV played more golf. I mean, it's just, the bottom line is people want to be able to consistently see the golf that they're playing. You know what I mean?
So
It's
you said that you think people are yearning just for more.
I think people want more.
They want
out
more
of LIV
LIV.
golf. They want consistency, especially with LIV golf.
Maybe we see the evolution of that.
I think it's gonna. I
But-
mean,
but how
it's
does that
still-
happen, dude?
Still a start by having feedback like this.
I mean, do we start mirroring the PGA Tour where we have like weekly events and they're at, not the same courses, but they are playing week to week, and
Listen,
we just
I don't
set up
mind
literally our own tour?
I don't mind a long layoff when it is after the season.
I think the plan is still ultimately that in the part that we don't know, to integrate. And if that is the plan, then you're not going to just take up a schedule of your own. That was close. You're not going to take up a schedule of your own and just say, hey, we're our own tour at this point. We play it week to week. We play our own courses, and we do our own thing.
I love it.
You're going to plan on integrating with the PGA Tour, so, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Anti-LIV says, no one is yearning for LIV. Not a chance. People are, though.
Oh, they are. No, that's like myself included. I love the product. I love watching those guys. I like how it's covered. I just do.
Trot Golfer says
Enough
LIV
said.
players don't even like showing up.
Says who?
There's a few, though.
Who?
He said them earlier. He said Ian Poulter, Lee Westwood.
You think they don't like showing up?
No, I think they like playing golf. I just don't think they're like that competitive anymore. They're riding off into the sunset.
You're going to have a cleavage of the old dirt like those guys that have inevitably fall off. But as a whole, as an organization as a whole, most of those guys are there to still be competitive and win a lot more money than they would on the PGA Tour.
Fair enough.
I think.
So let's get into the actual tournament.
They still
because
wanna win.
This is going to happen at the Golf Club of Houston. This is actually a former tour spot from, it was the Houston Open from 2003 to 2019. So this is a Reese Jones design. Love Reese Jones designs. Hang on a second. We got some more comments here before we do dive fully into this. We've got Austin Whittington. He says, I like to gamble on LIV. Way less players with a chance to win. Austin, where are you gambling on LIV Golf?
I'll tell you where it is right here.
FanDuel does not have
I
it.
got the app. Hang on. These guys got LIV every week they're playing.
I would love to gamble
Where
on
is
LIV.
it? Fanatics Sportsbook.
Beautiful. Love that.
Fanatics Sportsbook.
And then Anti-LIV said they didn't show up for the U.S. Open sectionals. I knew that one was coming.
Oh, yeah.
Hard Rock Bets. Okay. because Austin's there in Florida. So he's got Hard Rock casinos down there.
Look, dude, it's
Like that.
inarguable. There's still this tour with all these studs out there playing golf. No matter how often they play, these are still some of the best players in the world teeing it up. Doesn't matter. It's still fun to watch.
That's kind of my thing is that
Just is what it is. You can take it or leave it.
I don't think they need to compete with the PGA Tour. It's more so that they've got some of the top guys in the world that are interesting.
Right.
They're interesting personalities. PGA Tour misses them. It's like there's guys there that
Racing
they
is like this, right?
would love to have back.
Like F1 racing. I mean, like it's the same kind of deal. Like, yeah.
That's kind of what they're modeled after.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Now, previous winners at the Golf Club of Houston, Phil Mickelson has won there. Anthony Kim has won there.
Ooh.
Paul Casey's won there. Matt Jones has won there. And Ian Poulter's won there.
And I still stand by when we were at Putting World, my original prophecy that AK, even though he's on this new tour called LIV,
weird?
he will win.
This is weird. And Kim Jong-il says LIV Golf should play an event in California. Don't disagree. Anthony Kim,
Set it up.
I thought, and people had told me leading into him going on to playing on LIV Golf, that Anthony Kim was actually training and playing a lot. And apparently that's not the case.
What do you mean?
He has made it a point that he just picked up some golf clubs once he started playing on LIV and wasn't playing.
He's not
wasn't
grinding?
practicing, wasn't grinding. Found a love for the game again because he started
And I think he
training
is
his
now.
wife. And now, well, here's the thing. He's grinding
break.
now. But he's grinding right now. He's refinding his game, Anthony Kim. But I do think he's got a shot at really contending this week.
Dude, he's going to win. I'm telling you. Maybe not this week.
He's still got game,
Yes.
and he's going to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time. And granted, he's got good vibes here at this course, and he's grinding. I think he's going to play decent.
There you go.
I don't think he's going to win, but I think he's going to play decent. All right. Key players to watch this week. I said this last week when I thought LIV Golf was happening last week. But Bryson DeChambeau goes from being the talk of social media after the PGA Championship.
Yes.
Now there's nothing about him. We live in a 5-day news cycle.
Dude, you are absolutely right about that. He goes from being like, we miss Bryson. He's the best thing since sliced ham.
Yeah.
He was electric. He was a fan favorite. The autograph when the guy ran away, threw the ball, all this, and then like you said, instantly it's gone.
Gone.
And we forgot that he was even a good guy and he's a great player.
Yep.
Not true. That dude is good. Really good.
Then we got Brooks Koepka, who's going to try to prove something this week. And John Rahm, who had a terrible PGA Championship.
Yeah,
I'm just still waiting for him to show up on LIV.
I feel like Rahm is in an adjustment period, and it's
Yes.
going to take a year of him being on LIV to figure out the fact that you're no longer doing that anymore.
Wow. Great take. Great
You're
take.
no longer, this is not what that is. This is this. This is a new thing. You need to adjust and find a way to be dominant here and love it.
Couldn't agree more. That is an awesome,
You think
awesome
so?
take. That is probably your best take you've ever had on the
Thanks,
show.
man. Thank you.
Literally, John Rahm, it is an adjustment period, and it's taking him a full year. I think next year, if everything remains the same, John Rahm next year will be back to being a dominant John Rahm. So next week, we got to figure out where we're going to do it. And by the way, folks, thank you to our sponsor, Swannies Golf.
Yes, sir.
Pull Hook Golf 25 at checkout.
Yep.
Utilize that for 25% off your entire order, swannies.co. And once again, Arcadia. Trevor's in Arcadia. Great spot. Great pizza. And
great whiskey.
Seriously, cheers.
Very nice.
Gentlemen, we will see you soon.